Hello there, I'm Kevin Huckabee.
And I'm Julie Thompson.
And this is this week's random Netflix review. What did we watch just the other night, Julie?
We watched Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Was it Tucker and Dale or Dale and Tucker? It doesn't really matter.
Tucker and Dale.
But at the same token, it was probably a very surprise view for me personally, because I typically those types of movies are really kind of lame and contrived. But honestly, this time I thought that it was a really clever way to put it together, making the obviously the rednecks the ones that are in trouble.
Yeah, they were sort of the good-hearted. You know, you ended up pulling for the rednecks and just really wanting all of the college kids to die.
Which they did, very brutally and
yeah,
very ignorantly. Which
very ignorantly.
Kind of made me happy, because all those dumbass movies I see where they're the ones getting run around and boobs falling out, which is good. I like the boobs falling out, but not so much the other lame stuff. There is skinny dipping. Honestly, there's really good writing from my perspective. I thought that the dialogue was surprisingly realistic and clever, despite the fact that the plot line, you had to come up with so many different situations where misunderstandings would come about, like how can we make these rednecks look like they're trying to murder these people when really they're just trying to help them while they're on a fishing trip out in the woods in their summer home.
Right. Yeah. And it's surprisingly female friendly too. It's not one of those like stupid guy comedies or whatever that there's some stuff in there for the ladies, I think.
Like what?
Like it's not one of those comedies where it's like lots of fart jokes and, lowbrow stuff. That's the word I was looking for.
Comedies are really hard to pull off, because they're hit or miss, but for this it wasn't a huge production, but what they did right. I mean, the lighting was great, the costuming was really good, and surprisingly enough, the performances were really good for the level of film. The
hillbillies or rednecks or whatever you want to call them are really innocent, and it almost childish and
likable,
lovable.
I mean, it's not like a Dumb and Dumber type friendship that's that close, but it's enough to where you feel sympathy for the hobo guys. Not hobo. When you feel sympathy for the hillbilly guys.
Yeah.
Which, who feels sympathy for hillbillies? I mean, they're kind of like the homeless people of
after
the country.
I mean, really.
Yeah. And you cut a homeless person to not bleed. It's a little dirtier, but they still bleed.
There is that. And look out for the chamomile tea.
Yeah, that's a good part. It's, it's the wild card. But
so maybe you should watch it with a cup of chamomile tea.
Perhaps, if you're as long as, you don't prefer Earl Grey.
Right. Yeah.
I guess out of 5 stars or whatever rating system we end up coming up with, I'd give it like a 3 3.25.
Yeah.
You like watching movies, and maybe we'll have a few more reviews for you. In fact, just watch it yourself. It's on Netflix streaming, so there's really no excuse if you can afford the monthly payment. I can't. I steal a friend's account, so
right.
That's cool.